Mum needs the transplant within 72 hours or they're moving her to palliative care. I need £50,000, Dad. I wouldn't be here if there was any other way.
Richard.
She's your wife, Dad. She was your wife for 20 years. Whatever happened...
I made a microdrama season this month. 10 small episodes, one story I cared about, a woman marrying a stranger to save her dying mother. And if you have ever wondered how to make a microdrama with AI, I want to tell you the version nobody posts. The first time I tried, the season came apart in my hands. Not the episodes, the season. Episode 1 was lovely. By episode 6, my lead was somebody else. It took me a while to understand why, and it is 3 things stacking quietly. Memory. Every generation starts from 0. Nothing remembers your people or your world, so you become the memory, reattaching their faces to every shot, hundreds of times. Drift. It compounds with every episode. One missed reference and a face shifts. One stale image and the look changes mid-arc, and the viewers who binge, which is all of them, see it immediately. The cue, even when every shot works, it all waits behind you. One person, one line, in a format that exists because of volume. How to make a microdrama with AI was never about generating better. It is about running a production, memory, consistency, parallelism for a whole season at once. Invideo Agent is where that finally worked for me, and I say it as testimony, not theory. The season that fell apart taught me the problem, and the workflow I found inside Invideo Agent answered it piece by piece. The season became one project, and the project remembered. The Bible, the character sheets, the locations, the rules of the look, all locked into context, the project's memory, and every shot was built against them and checked before it reached me. Let me walk you through it the way it actually happened. It began with the documents and with a choice. Hand over everything at once, or drip the story in scene by scene. I handed over everything. My show Bible held the arc, my characters with their names and ages and relationships, the tone, and every episode's finished script, and all of it absorbed into context once, the single source of truth for the season. Invideo Agent came back with the season plan for my approval, and I learned the lesson worth passing on. The tighter the scripts going in, the faster everything after. Every question I had not answered on the page, I paid for in production. With the plan approved, I began referencing, sharing what I had in mind for my people, my light, my world. Invideo Agent reads references in layers, each element in isolation, so one frame lent its light and another its mood, and nothing dragged in what I had not asked for. And I set the season's one law here too. Everything begins from a locked base, never from scratch. And the law held hardest where it was hardest. My second lead lives a double life. And from episode 8, his other world enters the frame, a second wardrobe, a second presentation, one face that must never blend between the two. One locked base carried both of his worlds perfectly. Then the references came back to me as people. Invideo Agent offered characters grown from what I had shared. And with a little iteration toward what I had in mind, each of them became themselves. I locked the character sheets, and here is the question a viewer never has to ask again. How does your lead stay your lead through every single episode? Because the sheets live in context, and Invideo Agent carries them into every take itself, without me attaching anything ever again. I locked them once, which I now think of as the season's heart. Every face in every episode traces back to those sheets. Their world came next. Locations. All of them described from the scripts and generated at once, in variations, in parallel. So while I reviewed the alley, 3 more spaces were already forming. The finals locked as the anchors of the series. The pawn shop in episode 9 is the pawn shop of episode 8, exactly. And when the character sheets and location sheets were locked, I went back for a second plan, a short one this time. And I recommend this quiet step to everyone. Invideo Agent read my scripts against everything in context and returned the season as a shape. What generates when? Which episodes lean where? Reading it felt like seeing the whole season from above before touching it. Storyboarding followed, episode by episode, and this is the half of how to make a microdrama with AI that protects the storytelling. The shot-by-shot breakdown built from each script for my approval, broken on the natural beats, Dialogue never overpacked into one generation. For the scenes that would be watched closely, the emotional ones, I approved a vertical storyboard frame by frame before any video existed, and I accepted the honest trade. Boarded scenes keep their boards, and you give up the happy accidents. I chose scene by scene. 2 settings gave the season its speed, and I will keep them short because they are simple. Multi-agent, which sounds bigger than it feels in practice. I ran several Invideo agent sessions with separate tasks, talking to each other through the same context. And I checked their work like a small cruise. And ask before generation. 3 settings. Ask before every action. Ask before each generation. Generate while you review. Each a different balance of control and speed. My tender scenes stayed gated. My coverage ran free. Both choices were mine. Then production, and what reached me was already right. Every shot generated against the locks and checked first. In my hardest scene, flickering light and rain in the alley, a take came back with her position warping inside the shot, and it was caught against the no morphing rule and regenerated before I ever saw the failure. 3 or 4 options per shot for the edit, selects landing straight into Premiere Pro bins by episode, an upscale pass judged on faces and fabrics, a breath of grain at the end. So here's how to make a microdrama with AI, the sentence I keep. An AI microdrama season is not 40 videos, it is one project. And in Invideo Agent, the Bible, the cast, and the world lock into context with every shot checked against them, which is why the last episode looks like the first. If you're choosing what to make your season in, my answer is Invideo Agent at invideo.io, and it comes with a season attached. And now, here is an episode from the season I made with Invideo Agent.
Mum needs the transplant within 72 hours or they're moving her to palliative care. I need £50,000, Dad. I wouldn't be here if there was any other way.
Richard.
She's your wife, Dad. She was your wife for 20 years. Whatever happened between you, she doesn't deserve to die because...
She's his ex-wife, Ivy. And this family already has rather a lot on its plate without underwriting someone else's medical bills.
There might be a way, actually. Caleb Ashford, the Ashford family's bachelor, just got out of prison. Some sort of reckless driving charge, drove a car through the front of a restaurant. The families arranged a marriage. I was supposed to go through with it. But no, not for me.
You want me to marry him?
Take my place. Saturday. The Ashfords don't care which Pharaoh girl turns up.
And the 50,000? Marry the boy.
The contract's signed. Someone has to show up or the Ashfords sue. I'd rather it wasn't me. You'd rather Mum doesn't die.
Take it or leave it. We have dinner at 8.
Saturday? Saturday.
You promise me you'll give me the money if I marry this man?
Of course we will. Now go on. Enough of your dramatics.